What is this? What's going on? He could have said, there's 70 of you over here. 70 Gentiles and a Jew. And a righteous Jew. All this storm that's going on over here is because of the Avodah Zarah, the idol worshipping that you have on this boat. What did he say? He doesn't say that. He says it's Bishvili. Besheli. Kara Asaraze. It's because of me that this whole thing is going on, that this boat is going to go down. First of all, we as individuals, we have to look at ourselves. Am I doing what I need to be doing? Like we said, Shabbat, Simcha. The Simcha that we have for Hashem, is it for us? Is it the show off? Are we really sameach to be the sons and daughters of HaKadosh Baruch Hu, the chosen nation, the Jewish people, the firstborn of Hashem? Are we dancing? Are we ashamed of being Jewish? Going to the office without a kippah, going to the office and talking about sports and what have you. Now, not talking about Judaism and what you're proud of. This is what's come down to. Let's go back to Sniut. And with this finish. Sniut, a woman. We know that in the south there was a big party going on, which unfortunately I heard. I don't know about these things. It's been happening for a few years now. And the climax is on Shabbat. And there was a few girls who were in a seminar here. Rabbi Yosef Mizrahi gave a seminar a few weeks ago in Elul. And these girls came to that seminar, and after hearing about Shabbat and how bad it is if they break Shabbat and how good it is if they keep Shabbat, they accepted upon themselves not only to keep Shabbat, to become also more snua, to dress like a princess, like a bat melech, like a daughter of a king that's supposed to be dressed. Of course, they're still in the stages of getting more religious, but they still went to that party. But they said we accepted upon ourselves to keep Shabbat. So they left before Shabbat and then convinced 3 other girls to leave before Shabbat. Because of the sniut and the acceptance of Shabbat, they were not slaughtered and they're not being treated as what their others unfortunately being treated in Hamas, which I can't go into details. I'm sure you heard the news. These beasts are not treating our sisters in Gaza the way they should be treated, to say the least. And again, like Rav Meir Eliyahu said, all these things are happening for our own good. Hashem wants us to do teshuvah. He wants us to come back to Him. And He's doing all this for us. We're in the final stage of this movie called 6,000 Years on Earth. Moshiach is at the door. There's no going back. There's no going back. A person cannot go through Shabbat and Simchat Torah like this and go back to the way he was. And don't think that this is coming in Israel, this is happening here, and I'm Shalom Alay Mafshi in America, in Europe, what have you. Unfortunately, what happens in Israel in the beginning of the year is a big sign of what's going to be happening all over the world. So if you're seeing this video right now, get yourself together and be like Yonah and say, all of this is happening because of me. Because of my Shabbat, and my Sniut, and my Simcha, not having enough Simcha, and worshiping Hashem the way I should. And just like by women we see, they say by Elisha, and also by men, by Moshe Rabbeinu, we could not see their face, we could not look at their face. They were so holy. Moshe had to put on a mask. Any woman that would see Elisha, and she was not holding on the proper sniut, she would die on the spot. Except for one woman, Isha Shunamit, which you're going to see next week's Haftarah. She gets to see her face, his face. And she gets brachot from him. And she has a child. Why? Because she cares about Talmidei Chachamim. She doesn't talk about Talmidei Chachamim. And she did Gemulat Chasadim for Talmidei Chachamim. And she was zochet to see the face of Elisha. So too, if you think that if you could sit around and expect to see the face of Moshiach Tzidkenu, which is such a high level that we can't even imagine. Hashem says, I'm giving you this time right now for Tzniut, for Torah, for Gemulat Chasadim, and to be worshipping me b'simcha. If you're fixing yourself and you only blame yourself, and also getting others to come back, that'll let you see the face of Moshiach. The face of Moshiach means to see the face of the final redemption with Chesed v'Rachamim. B'Bezrat Hashem, we should zoche to that. And he's scared of Shabbat Shalom Orach. This Shabbat, everybody should strengthen themselves to keep Shabbat. Don't say I'm going to do it next week. If you don't start today, like a diet, you won't start tomorrow. Start learning the halachot. Women start learning the halachot of Sniut and Gimilat Chasadim. And B'Zrat Hashem, with all this, Hashem should treat us with Chesed v'Rachamim and bring us the final redemption with Mashiach Tzidkenu. Amen. Shabbat Shalom Orach.